guys, how's it going? Welcome to another video on the channel. Today we have Europa League Matchday 1 predictions. The competition of dreams is back. I'm joined by Bruce.
Hi.
We've had many different people this year, but it always says Philip underneath their name. I don't know why, I just can't change it. But yeah, these are the games on the graphic below. It's all the British teams, and then just the interesting games.
It's a party now!
The interesting games that I found with the rest of the teams, but there is 24 games in general. We're not going to speak about all of them because, as an example, I don't know who Rijeka are, so we're just going to give a score. I've literally looked up their positions in the league if I can remember the country they're in. But yeah, before we get into it, make sure you subscribe to the channel and check out the Champions League video that went out on Saturday just gone. You can still watch it because the Champions League hasn't started. It starts tomorrow, it just goes out, and then Wednesday, and the Europa League starts on Thursday. The more you know. So yeah, this is lots of predictions and teams that Philip doesn't know. I'd also like to mention the graphic. It might look a bit weird with like Leverkusen and PSV being under each other. It's just because of how big the Leverkusen badge was. It looked really weird with the score lines going in the middle, so I made them to the size of the circular badges. The first game, not on this, is CSKA Sofia versus Cluj. Israeli team versus Romanian team. Cluj, all I know is that they beat Celtic last year in the Champions League, so I'm going with a 1-0 Cluj win.
I'm going to say 2-0 Cluj because it sounds like plunge.
He shoots, he scores, right up the badge.
And also in Group A, that was in Group A, this is in Group A, it's Young Boys versus Roma. This is on the graphic. Young Boys are a Swiss team, they've started okay in the league, and they're playing Roma, who are currently 10th in the league. They've played 3 and they've won 1, drawn 1, lost 1. That draw was against Juventus, I know that, and this is a tough game. Young Boys away is tough, typically. I'm going to reference when Spurs played them in the Champions League 10 or 11 seasons ago, and we lost 3-0 and Tom Huddleston came off in the 35th minute. I was watching that in some pub in Clacton-on-Sea. So yeah, Young Boys, 10 years on, they've got a completely different team, but they're still tough.
Still young?
Yeah, they're still young. They're coached by Adam Johnson. And he's going to guide them to a nice friendly 2-2 draw.
A 2-2 draw, I mean, I don't particularly pay attention to young boys football team. Roma are an Italian team. Roma have some players.
Edin Dzeko.
They have El Shaarawy.
No, that deal fell through.
Yeah, 2-0 Roma.
Yeah, he knows ball. He's the pinnacle of FT. And then moving on then to Group B, we have this could have made the graphic just because of it being a somewhat interesting game. It's the Irish team, Dundalk, taking on Mould. Two teams that are very different, definitely. Dundalk, first time getting into a European competition. They play at the Aviva Stadium, which is the Ireland home national stadium. And Mould, they're a team that I know a lot about because of Andy Robson and his Norwegian fantasy. I think this is going to be a tough game. I expect Dundalk to... I don't know why I'm talking about it. I'll go with a 0-0.
2-0 Mould.
Mouldy. And also in Group B we have Rapid Vienna versus Arsenal. Not two teams I'm familiar with. I'm familiar with Arsenal. Rapid Vienna, they're a team in Austria, I think. And Arsenal are just Arsenal. I expect them to rest a couple of players maybe and still start a couple of key players. I think Leno will still be in goal. They can rotate and bring in a couple of young players, and I think they're just going to edge the win. I'm going with a 2-1 win for Arsenal.
Things are looking quite positive for Arsenal under I can't remember his name, Mikel Arteta. 3-0 to Arsenal because I think that there's two clubs that are going to do well and potentially face each other in a final, and one of those is Arsenal.
And the other team is...
We'll get on to it.
In Group C we have Bayer Leverkusen taking on Nice, an interesting game for the Europa League. Two teams that are certainly some of the bigger teams in the Europa League. Leverkusen, they've started okay in the Bundesliga, and Nice are actually top of the French league. I think
Nice.
top. I think they're top. No, they're not. They're not. And Nice, they're doing okay in the French league. I'm going to keep the part in where I said I think they're top, and they're not. So I look like a fool. Leverkusen, they have a couple of good players. They obviously lost Havertz in the summer window, but they've got players to make up the ground. They've got, what's their striker's name? Ilario. Ilario is their striker, and I'm going with a 2-1 Leverkusen win.
I'm going with a 2-1 Leverkusen win.
Okay, massive.
Because Nice don't have Seri anymore. As much as I'd like them to have him back.
The next game in Group C is, I'm not going to say anything other than the names of the score. Beersheva taking on Slavia Prague, 2-0 Slavia Prague.
Yeah.
And then moving on to Group D, we have a team that Philip didn't know, Standard Liège. He knew they were Belgian, taking on Rangers. Rangers, who are undefeated in the Scottish Premier League, and as this goes out, they've just played Celtic in the Old Firm derby, which looks to be a good game. Steven Gerrard does like a European game, whether it's for Liverpool or Rangers. It's going to be a tough game travelling to Belgium, so I'm going with a 1-1 draw and Jermaine Defoe to score.
See, I always seem to have the impression that Steven Gerrard always manages to, like, grind out a win in Europe. Did they do quite well last year?
Yeah, they did.
I think
got
they
to
did.
Quarterfinals.
And for that reason, and me not knowing who Liège were, I've gone with 3-1 Rangers. Jermaine Defoe to get a brace.
Who?
Jermaine to get a brace.
Also in Group D, we have Lech. I think they're a Polish team taking
Lech
on
Poznan.
Benfica. Yeah.
Yes!
Taking on Benfica. Benfica are a strong outlet over in Portugal. They have Grimaldo. They don't have that Vinicius guy because he's gone to a team in North
But
London.
they've got
They can take Jedson Fernandez back if they like.
they got Jan.
Yes, they have Jan
Got
Vertonghen,
McMahon.
the main man. How have I
McMahon,
fucking
yeah.
forgot that? So Vertonghen's going to score a hat-trick as Benfica win 3-0.
I'm going with a 2-1 Benfica win.
And then moving on into Group E, we have an interesting mediocre game. We have PSV, kind of a big Dutch team, taking on newcomers to the Europa League, Granada. Granada have had a bit of a Wolves-esque story, getting promoted and then going into the European competitions. They were top of the La Liga for a long time, last season or this season, one of them. But PSV, they've got a decent young team. They're quick on the ball. I know that from when we played them a couple of seasons ago and they gave us a lot of trouble. They've sold a couple of players since, like Bergwijn and Luc de Jong, but they've still got key players in key areas, so I'm going with a 2-1 PSV win.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Is Granada the team that
Tony Adams?
Tony Adams managed?
Yes.
Got them relegated. This
Yeah.
thing, I believe.
Now they're in the Europa League.
No, they're in the Europa League.
On
So.
my graphic.
Well,
What a privilege.
yeah, I've gone with a 1-1 draw. I like Dutch teams, even though I don't particularly follow the Dutch league.
Just an interesting
I pledge
league.
allegiance to FC20. So,
I'm not PSV!
so I should have really put Granada to win.
Also in Group E, we have PAOK taking on Omonia. I'm going 2-0 PAOK because I don't know how to say the other team's name.
Didn't Dimitar Berbatov pay for PAOK?
I think so.
For that reason, I'm going to go with a 2-0 PAOK win.
And then Group F, we have Napoli taking on AZ Alkmaar. Napoli in European competitions are up and down. You know, they can beat Liverpool, but then they can lose to smaller teams. And AZ compared to Napoli, they're a smaller team, definitely. And there's just something about Napoli playing at home. They're worse than what they do playing away in European competitions. So for that reason, AZ being a strong outlet in the Eredivisie at this current moment in time, I'm going with a 1-1 draw.
It's going to be interesting to see how, if the main man Mario Götze plays. But I don't think even if he does play, he'll have an impact on the game because I think you're going to get smacked 3-0. Napoli have Insigne
And Mertens.
and Dries Mertens
They have a decent team actually.
and Kalidou Koulibaly.
Also in Group F we have Rijeka taking on Real Sociedad. Don't know who one of them are. Obviously Rijeka. Sociedad, up and down team. They've got a young team. I'm going with the 1-1 draw.
Have they got a young boys team?
No, that's just young boys.
No. I'm going with a 1-0 win for Real Sociedad.
And in Group G we have Braga taking on AEK Athens. Another mediocre, decent game of football in the European elite competition. Braga beat the Portuguese side and AEK Athens from Greece. Yeah, it's just an interesting game. Don't know why, because of the two teams. I just find it interesting. I'm going with the good old Desmond.
Something that if you are scrolling through the channels on BT, you look on BT Plus 2 or whatever, and you see fucking EK versus Braga. Oh, go on then. I know Braga re-signed Rui Font, whether he's still there. I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to back the boy nonetheless, and they're going to win 2-0.
Also in Group G, we have a team we're familiar with, Leicester, taking on, like I did the Champions League video, I'm just going to look at the name.
Hang on just a second, mate, you've confused me. Who the fuck are Leicester?
Who? Don't know who he is.
Leicester versus Zorya Luhansk. I don't know who the other team are, and because of that, I think Jamie Vardy's going to score a brace, and I think that Yuri Tielemans is going to score a free kick, and
Daniel Amati.
Yeah, Daniel Amati is going to score a header. I'm going with a 4-0 Leicester win. There's a chance they can rotate.
I've got a 5-0 Leicester win.
Yeah.
So on top of everything that you've just said, including Daniel Amati scoring a header, I'm going to say Kasper Schmeichel is going to score a corner.
In Group H we have Sparta Prague taking on Lille. I think this is in Group H. I don't know what group this is actually. So Sparta Prague taking on Lille. Again, two teams that I know about, familiar with from the Champions League groups. Not that Spurs played them, but I'll go with the 1-1 draw. Lille have an interesting young team.
I'm going to say 2-0 Lille.
And now in Group H we have arguably the tastiest game in these fixtures. We have Celtic taking on AC Milan.
AC Milan!
Yeah, I'm excited for this game. Celtic obviously are Celtic, and AC Milan, they're back on the rise again over in Italy. Celtic have Eduard, they've got a team that consists of Scott Brown and some other players, managed by Neil Lennon. Huh?
I thought Scott Brown retired.
No. They've got Shane Duffy in centre back as well, I love them, Brighton. And AC Milan, they're firing again. They went through on penalties and like a 14-13 penalty shootout win. Ibrahimovic should be back for this game after he's had COVID.
No, he didn't have COVID.
Yeah,
COVID had him.
Yes. A really good young team, really. Roma Glowley, Donnarumma. Exciting team to watch, and I think one of the underdogs in this competition. Celtic do like a European night, whether it's Champions League or Europa League. It doesn't matter to the fans, not that there is no fans, and I think that's going to play a big part. AC Milan are a bigger team, they're going to rise to the occasion, and I'm going with a 3-1 win for the Italian side.
Ooh. The Scottish division this year has been a bit different. Obviously Rangers are top at the moment.
Could all change this weekend, this weekend as
point or two above Celtic. I remember at the start of the season Celtic looked a bit dodgy, but obviously I don't watch it week in, week out, so I could be wrong. And they are second, so it's not all doom and gloom. But AC Milan don't have a fucking clue where they are in the league. But at the end of the day, they're AC Milan, and when you think of AC Milan, you think of the Giants when they were good. So I'm going to go off that form, and I'm going to say that they're going to win 2-1.
Thing is though, do you prefer, as a neutral person who... Ken, does Ken prefer Celtic or Rangers? The Glasgow Celtics or the Glasgow Rangers?
Well, I mean... this is going to make me look bad to my incredible Scottish counterparts. I have a Celtic shirt, but I prefer Rangers.
Right! This is war!
The next
Ryan
game, not
Kent.
on the graphic,
Ryan Kent.
is Tel Aviv versus Karabag. 1-0.
So you want a carrot bag, mate? I've got one here for you, mate. Don't worry about it. We've got to put in it.
that, yeah.
And so, in terms of what I think of this game, I think these boys are going to win 2-0. So where was we?
So the next game in Group I think, is Villarreal taking on Sivasspor. Villarreal, Spanish team. Sivasspor, I think they're a Turkish team.
Unai Emery.
Strange decision. Good evening.
Peaky Blinders.
Yes, he is at Villarreal. He likes winning the competition, although he couldn't do it at that shit fucking club. He plays in red. Yeah, Villarreal have a decent team. They have Carlos Bacca, the main man, who has been in FIFA 16 and 17 goals compilations on the channel. Check them out. Yeah, Villarreal 3-1.
Villarreal 4-1.
Now in Group J we have a game that is very... It means a lot to my friend Clive. It's Tottenham taking on Lask. Tottenham had to do a lot to get to the group stages. They won 7-2 against Habib Shif, I think. Not the one that's part of ISIS.
The backlash makes me horny.
Lask, all I know about them is that they played Man United in the Europa League round of 16 last season and lost 5-0 at home. Yeah, I expect Jose to rotate his team a lot. And I'm going with the 3.
No, João.
I expect João Mourinho to... The amount of times I've nearly said Moutinho. I expect João Mourinho to rotate his team a bit because they're playing West Ham on the weekend, just gone yesterday as this goes out, and I don't know who we play after. I think it might be Burnley away. I'm going to be horribly wrong there. But yeah, I'm going to the 3-1 Spurs win.
Like Aaron said.
I think Jose Mourinho is going to rotate his side quite a lot. Vinicius might get his first start.
I think Vinicius will. I'm only saying Lask will score because I think Joe Hart.
Well, Danny Rose. Is Danny Rose in the Europa League squad?
No. Danny Rose, Gazaniga and Jedson Fernandez missed out.
Well, Jedson Fernandez, what's he had to do to deserve it?
I hope Daniel Levy gets an email like I did on career mode with don't think of being angry.
Yeah, I think Tottenham are going to beat Lask 3-0.
And also in Group J we have Ludogorets taking on Royal Antwerp, going with a 1-0 win for Ludogorets over in Bulgaria.
Because the royal people are royal, they're going to win 2-0.
And now, another game not on this. It's not the Wolfsburger you're thinking of, it's a team...
Hang on, Ashley thinks that though.
Yeah, this is Wolfsburger, the team that Ashley said.
Ashley?
3-0 to Wolves.
Oh, fuck. Alright. Wolfsburg, okay?
Well, that was fucking dreadful.
I'm saying 3-1 to Wolfsburg as well.
But didn't know
The
it existed.
Wolfsburg.
Wolfsburg Fulham game,
Yeah.
You didn't realise they were a team, but they are a team.
Where's the eye
Wolfsburg.
going to be?
The eye, for you, it's above you. Left hand up. Left hand. So yeah, he said that. And they're actually a team, and they're playing CSKA Moscow. Tough game, I think, because I don't know anything about two of the teams. I know CSKA, I know both teams, but I don't know what they're doing this season and what type of football they play. They might play rugby. So I'm going with a 1-1 draw.
Yeah, I've gone with 0-0.
And now we have Philip's favourite team called Dynamo Zagreb. He thought they was in the Champions League, but they're playing in the Europa League. Zagreb taking on Feyenoord, Croatian team versus Dutch team. This is going to be a close game. I think it's going to have over 2.5 goals, and Zagreb are going to win 2-1.
Zagreb are going to win 3-1.
And the penultimate game is Liberec taking on Ghent. Ghent are going to win 2-0.
Ghent, Belgium.
Yes.
Yes, they have some players, as do the other team. I think Ghent are going to win 2-0.
And the last game, on the graphic as well, is Hoffenheim taking on Red Star Belgrade. They're two teams I know about. Red Star was in our Champions League group last year. We beat them, I think it was an aggregate score like 9-2. And Hoffenheim are Hoffenheim. They've had an up and down season. They beat Bayern Munich 4-1. And I think they lost to Leverkusen or Mönchengladbach, something like that. I think it's going to have lots of goals.
Played.
Eh?
Has Sessegnon played?
Yes, Sessegnon. He
Did
plays
he
for
go?
Hoffenheim now. Huh?
What's he done? Can I have a look?
He's had his first training session today.
Oh.
Yeah.
How the fuck do you know that?
Because I saw it on Hoffenheim. Hoffenheim's Twitter. I don't follow them for no reason now.
Okay. Alright, yeah.
Yes, I think Sessegnon will get an assist on his debut. I don't know whether he's going to play left back or Hoffenheim though.
Left back in the changing rooms!
They've done a lot to Nelson's development, which I'm glad he's gone to Hoffenheim for. Cess. Red Star. They're a difficult team to play. Just edging Red Star to win 3-2.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Beat Hoffenheim. Okay. I think Hoffenheim are going to win 4-1. Maybe that's me being a bit.
Bit of a difference.
A bit.
They're just a tricky team. I remember they beat Liverpool a couple of seasons ago. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you subscribe because on Thursday we have the Premier League thing, and then Saturday we have the Champions League, and then next Monday at the same time we will have the Europa League video. They're all fucking coming out because football's coming back properly. So yeah, we'll see you later. Goodbye.